Let's see what Maino was saying here, man. Shout out to all y'all that rock with SBGBTV, man. Vlad had asked him a question, and let's see here. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button.
Jim Jones and Tony Ayo went at it. Well, yeah, there was some back and forth. What's your take on that whole thing?
I don't know. I don't have no real take on it, right? Two grown men. I don't, because I don't know what Tony Ayo ever said.
I think that it turned into basically saying that 50 took care of his people more so than the bosses of some of these other
let me tell
groups.
you something, and I mean this, and I really want you to put this, man. It's a lot of back and forth going on in our city right now, right? It's a lot of this one saying this one is saying that, and I know I've been in the middle of a lot of it myself, right?
True.
But I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I grew up, I come up on wartime, bro. Like, I can't wait for the day that all of us niggas can be in one room.
That right there says a lot. That he came up on wartime. So you already know when something rubs you the wrong way, you going right back to wartime. You're not going to let it go. You know, a lot of people are too damaged to try to, come together. They too damaged. So their mind goes straight back to wartime instantly. They looking at it like, you trying to play me. I'm at it. What's up? It ain't no peace. You make me feel some type of way, I'm going to show you that I can go back to what I used to do. It ain't no grown man, I'm going to just let it go. You got that. Yeah, you got that. I'm going to cut you off. I ain't going to deal with you no more. It's always, they got to show the masculinity, letting them know, like, this is what I'm on. So when I hear Maino say that, it's like, yeah, I think you just talking right there, because it's never going to happen. It's always going to be friction. This person done said this, that person done said that, and people ain't letting certain things go. Certain things get said across the internet. They not letting it go. Nobody putting their pride to the side. They still thinking about that. You made me feel some type of way. You disrespected me. I think, it should be some growth with it, but it's life. The struggles people come from, the things people grew up around. They like, hold up, man, listen, you tried to play me. So the mind frame of coming up in the war, you want to get even. And I got to get even. If everybody, that come from the street understand what I'm talking about. You've been around anything street, you understand. Somebody do something to you, you thinking about, I got to get even. They tried to play me. I can't let this go.
And everybody is past whatever little issues we got. I'm talking about everybody. Like, I can't wait for New York City one day that we all able to be like, you know what? You doing that over there? I'm gonna come fuck with that. Look, and we linking, and we sharing and pooling ideas and plays. I can't wait for the day that happens.
I mean, isn't that already happening?
On a small level, I mean, us four coming together, we show niggas how that can happen. But I'm talking on a larger scale. I'm saying, like, like what you saying, like we Yayo and Jim and and 50 and all that. This ain't no real beef. This ain't no real problems. It's just a competitive nature of some sort. Everybody know the history of me and Murder. Me and Murder started together. It could never be me versus him or him versus me. You understand? That's my brother at the end of the day, right? So I can't wait till we get back or we can get to a place that we ain't never even been to where it's everybody. And I know niggas like, man, but you the main one. Like, no. I want to get to a space, my nigga, where it's money and peace. You see what I'm saying? After you done been through so much turmoil in your life, after you done been through so much war in your life, after you done been through so many different things and you got the scars to show it, my nigga, we want to live. We want to enjoy this shit, man. You understand? Because we all past the age of, you know, throwing rocks at the penitentiary. Let's keep it.
See, people, you know, go through different things, right? And yeah, they all past the stage, you know, where they should be of wanting to go to the penitentiary. But the people that you got around you, they not, right? The people that you keep around as your company, your homies, they not past that stage. They still on that. So if you dealing with somebody and you want to get past something, you still got the homies around you that's in your ear saying certain things, that's upset about something. They might got friction with one of their homies. Now, the friction that they got with one of their homies done made the friction between y'all start back up because things is being said. They on the internet going at it. They talking about old things that you done been through that everybody might know about you. They resurfacing stuff and it bring back the beef. So it's like, it's hard when you dealing with a lot of personalities for anything to go right. And I think people be forgetting this. You know, when you dealing with a lot of people, it's hard to get things right because you dealing with people's personalities and you don't know what they going through. And majority of the world is struggling. They trying to figure it out. So just because you got it together, but we all know that when somebody got it together, usually all the people around them need them. They don't have it together. So they still on foul times. They still on BS. They still on go mode. They just around you and they might be helping you and be a muscle for you or something like that, but they don't have it together. So of course, they gonna be ready to go jump off the deep end. You know, but I think, you know, people be, you know, forgetting that when they start talking and stuff like that. You got to understand, most of the people around you, they out there banging in the street or they might be hustling and they don't got it like you. You might got it good, but they don't. Just because you around them don't mean they right. So they willing to, yo, you got a problem? What's up? We need to do something to somebody. It could be something said and they like, I'm going to take it upon myself to do something. Now they done started friction between you and them. Shit done went left. But people really got to understand that. You know, you might got, you know, a good idea and good intentions, but the reality is, it's shit going on everywhere. So it's hard for a whole bunch of people to come together and get it right. It's always going to be friction.
Real.
I mean, look, I feel like I'm part of a group of media people that already do that, right? Me, academics, Adam 22, Wack100.
But how you do that with him? You lie
Ross.
too much, though. He's a fucking liar.
Hold on.
Yeah, no.
Sean Cotton, me and Charlamagne are cool. Me and Envy are cool. Me and Big Boy are cool. Me and Bootleg Kev are cool. Me and Danza are cool.
What are you doing? You comparing that to rappers?
What I'm saying is that although we're all competing in the same space, we're all friends with each other. We all do.
But don't
each other's
compare that to
podcasts.
rappers, bro. Because rappers are, it's totally different, right? Artists are.
He adds Wack100 in there, right? Literally. Now, we all see that Wack is stirring everything up amongst black people. This is his whole game. This is how he keeps himself afloat, right? Because he got to cause friction amongst the black people. He has a great deal of respect for white people, yes. But with black people, he's causing a lot of friction and beef. This is all he does. And he's not for nobody. All he's doing is for self. You know, he uses Vlad, academics, and Adam for self. You know, and he'll turn on them. You know, and I think, you know, Vlad really doesn't understand that. You know, maybe he does, but he's ignoring it now, because if him and Wack fell out for 10 years and they wasn't doing, he got to know that Wack is foul. It's just at this moment, it's not directed to him, so he doesn't want to address it that way.
Because we train to believe that everything is about us. We so, you know, it's pride, it's ego, you know, it's competition. It's different. You know, the media space is a different thing. And New York, we was always led to believe that it can only be one nigga that's really the nigga. You understand? And I feel like,
bingo. That's it right there. He just said it. This how black people think, that it can only be one nigga. It only can be one. So everybody's fighting amongst each other because they feel like it only can be one big dog. Everybody can't have the paper and do what they do and enjoy life. It got to be somebody that's the top. Instead of showing respect for everybody, hey, man, you get money, we get money, it's good. It got to be, man, listen, he got a better shine than I got. I want that shine. Instead of playing your position and respect your spot wherever you at in the game, you got to have the spot of somebody else's because they getting more shine. Instead of understanding, man, I got to worry about my spot. Their spot is their spot. I can't worry about their spot. And, you know, that's one thing I can say amongst the few individuals that I was rocking with, you know, and they still my dogs. But when I was out there, if they had more money or I got more money, who cares? You understand what I'm saying? We getting money. So that's one thing I can say that we didn't have at that level. Whereas though you got paper, cool. All right, put me on to this. I put you on to that. But I'm not mad because you might got more money than me, or you might got more cribs than I got, or I might got more cribs than you. I'm not upset. But this is the mind frame of people when they getting money. You dealing with a lot of people, it's too much envy. Man, I gotta be bigger than him. You know, they getting too much attention on the internet. People paying attention to them. They playing their music too much. I gotta make a better song. It wasn't meant for you at that moment. So you fighting with something which usually causes the friction, and it becomes like a downfall. For real. Because you chasing something where you get to beefing with each other. Now, it's a whole bunch of nonsense.
Us four coming together, that's me, Capo, Jim, and Dave East coming together, is kind of showing people that you could put pride and ego to the side and still support a nigga that you fuck with and still have your own individuality. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but it got to be done on a bigger scale. I'm just saying, I can't wait till that happens. But in order for that to happen, sometimes it got to be some friction. You know, in order to get to a good, a great peace, you got to go through a little bit of war, right? So sometimes you got to destroy to build again, right? So
the only thing about that is, amongst the people, black people, once you destroy, and you know, it's that kind of friction, not everybody can deal with the rebuild. They still be holding on. You can get some people that might be willing to let some things go. The majority of the people be holding on. Man, I'm not giving you the opportunity to snake me again. I'm not giving you that opportunity to be in my space and violate me. You know, people be thinking about that. So, you know, it can happen for some people, but it's not going to happen for all. And then you might get people that feel like, all right, I'm going to let some things go. And then y'all come together and then y'all fall out in the worst way. And you like, man, I should have never let that person back in my space.
just saying, I can't wait until all of us New York niggas, us prominent New York City artists, the artists that been here, is able to exist and live and sit in one room, you know, a fucking picture with everybody, business for everybody. You understand? I can't wait to that. Look, that's my dream one day.
Well, do you know how I accomplish that space in my, in the media space? Since I was older than everybody, every single person who I saw coming up, who I thought had a lot of potential, I reached out to. I was the first person to reach out to Charlamagne when he was in South Carolina. This was like during my mixtape era. Now look where he is. When Academics came up, I reached out to him. Sean Cotton, Adam 22, all of these dudes, they came up. I never hated on them. Like a Peter Rosenberg did with everybody. I never hated on them. I always reached out. I had them on my show. I offered to do their shows. They had my phone numbers. They would call me for business advice. And now look, I made millions talking with these dudes. Millions of dollars. I swear to God, I've made millions from conversations.
I think that's dope. Rappers, we more ego driven, I think. And our crews and our, the way we perceive life. I just think it's slightly different.
It's always a pissing contest. It's always a pissing contest. And then you got a whole bunch of people around you that are ready to beef for nothing. They don't go for nothing. They got to show that our crew is stronger. So it's always going to be the friction.
But if we learn how to step away from our egos, and really get into, our step into our greatness, I think we could accomplish the same thing at some point.
Well, I mean, at a certain level, look at how many of these albums have just a ton of features on them. Look at, for example, something like a Rich the Kid or a French Montana. You look at their albums, they're damn near compilations.
Right.
Like almost every song has a feature on it from a big artist. So you guys have already been doing that. Right. You guys have already been working together and so forth.
Yeah, but I feel like lately it's a lot more staticky lately.
You think?
Yeah. So it's been static. It's been online with us, and it's been very staticky. You know what I mean? And I get it. I can get with that too. But I'm just saying, like, ultimately, what my dream is. I've never told nobody this but you. So that's how I feel. I don't want to keep pumping beef. I don't want to keep pumping no issue, because at the end of the day, none of these issues is really real. I'm not really riding around looking for nobody.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. People that come from the struggle, they instantly can go back. They instantly can go back to that mood. They ready to beef. And he might want better, but it's too many different personalities, man. It's too many different personalities, man. Everybody want to be the one. They want to, be the one so that they can go into the community and talk down on everybody. This is how I go. They want to be the one to go into the community so that they can say, I got it out the mud and I got more than all y'all. This is how I go. They don't want to, bring people up. Nah, they got to go in the hood and say, man, I'm the one that's doing this and I did this and I came from this. Yeah, and ain't nobody got it like me. So it's going to bring animosity. It's going to bring friction, envy. It's going to bring a whole bunch of nonsense behind that every single time. So, you can want things to be better, right? But will they get better? Then you got, people like Wack100. You got people like Wack. Straight up. that's always in the middle of everything, you know, and he loves friction. He loves beef. Straight up. You know, he want beef, but he ain't never showing up. You know, he want to cause the controversy so he can watch everybody else self-destruct. Yeah. You know, you say something positive to Wack, he want to tell you why it's, you know, nah, it got to be this. Man, you know, this person want to say this about this, and now it's Mel Murder want to expose Jim Jones, and you know what I'm saying? Like, this the character. You know what I mean? Now Mel Murder want to expose Jim Jones. So it's like, come on, man. It's crazy. Listen to him, though. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man.
On all the niggas, you 40-something. And not only that, whatever empire you got right now, you know it's going to fall and disappear. That's your biggest fear, right?
There you go.
It's over with. Now you got to go to jail where it's a bunch of waiting on you that you didn't do. Oh, you said you were going to do something the last 20 years. Right? They ain't trying to send a to do nothing. To do nothing to nobody. Especially this Jim Jones, because he know the situation he was in that he told on in the last situation.
Hey, Wack, you need.
And remember I told y'all this because I just turned it down. Like I said, for all them bloods to be coming at Jim Jones after Mel Murder got out, and nobody said nothing while he was in there.
Man,
because Mel Murder is unhappy.
Hey, they got them boys from New York in here.
Hold on. Mel Murder and them just reached out, want me to set up an interview with him and Vlad to expose Jim.
Murder in the town don't respect that for doing that shit. That nigga met that nigga at a bus stop, nigga, after he came home. Niggas don't respect that nigga for doing that.
No, because every time y'all bring me something, y'all screaming, why you in New York?
Oh, you denied it, Wack? You denied it?
I denied. They wanted me to set it up. Vlad, I said, no.
And he on back pay. He just paid his back pay for that little podcast shit he got on the phone.
But remember I told y'all this.
Yeah. Facts.
When it happened. Listen, man.
I'm saying you like doing interviews, Vlad, bro, and you be looking like you bored on that, bro.
Hey, who that? That's a fan?
I mean, Vlad is a different type of interview.
Yeah, I don't know. Let him talk.
Vlad's style of interviewing is a different type of interview.
Him be covering these topics that he be covering, bro.
Yeah. No, don't touch him.
Okay, so this is what it is with topics. Anything that's already on the internet can be covered. They just get mad when I talk about it.
I'm saying, you good. You the face of the black people, bro. You the face of the blood nation.
I'm not the face.
Hold up. Got these young kids in there in the background saying Wack is the face of the black people. This is Wack's audience on Clubhouse. It's young adults that really don't have no understanding. And when you are in your early 20s, teenager, you don't know nothing, man. You ain't got no experience. You haven't had no real situation. You don't really even know what to stay away from. But these are the people that Wack talk to. This is Wack's target. You know, this is why he target these dudes on Clubhouse. Because they're easily influenced. You know, this is why he targets academics audience, because he wants to influence the younger generation. But we see a lot of his people in the chat, they don't like it, but that's his target. It might be some people watching that's not in the chat that he can be able to get to and, you know, give them this bad information.
Right? Anything that is up, anything that is already up can't be talked about. It's up already.
So you smoke, you overruled.
I'm 23, bro. You the bro.
But we all know Wack made the fake paperwork on T Grizzly. It was nothing up about T Grizzly. It was fake paperwork. You put it out there, you talked about it, you lied on the man, and you did it for what? Come on, man. But this is why I tell y'all, man, Wack is all cap. You know, working with them people, lining jokers up, and this is his whole angle. You know, he act like if it's on the internet, you can talk about it. A lot of times you bring these false allegations and things to the internet, you know, because you trying to make up a story for content.
How long y'all go?
I'm just being real, like it's up. Once it's up, just in my opinion, they just get mad because I give my opinion. Like, you don't get mad at me. Bro, without me, a lot of this would have been born a long time ago. I keep this shook up, blind, Gumby. That was getting born. So guess what?
Yeah, I just seen that clip earlier.
Was
today.
it not getting born?
Yeah, that was a good clip. I ain't gonna lie.
And guess what? All the other bloggers is eating off of that one clip, reacting. Listen, man, I do a good thing for the people. Then they say Wack instigated. I ain't instigated nothing. Call me. I called in. That's it.
Wack. The people that are on YouTube, yes, they might get money off of it, right? But what about the people that's out there? You know, the people that's really out there living involved in that shit, they the ones that be going to war at each other for it. You know, the internet people gonna make money off the content, yeah. But the people that are out there living that lifestyle, banging, they had odds behind the shit. Now they looking at this joker a certain way and somebody need to do something to him. You know, come on, man. Like, you doing too much, man. You really gotta relax though, Wack. You gotta relax, bro.
There you go. Gumby, you on the internet, right? Let me tell you what you had. You got one doing life in the penitentiary, right? And you got the other that's a hitter that just got out of the penitentiary. You see what I'm saying? Gumby know, you on the street? Yeah, I'm on the street. He know where Lou at. So Gumby already know if these two niggas
exactly.
on the phone, they waiting for him to get out.
I'm saying, Wack, would you rather me listen to you? Wack, would you rather me listen to you or would you rather me listen to Charleston White?
I mean, Charleston White plays the algorithm. He see what's in the algorithm. That's what he talk about.
So, would you rather me respect what you saying than what he said?
I mean, Charleston don't got nothing to say but whatever's there. He gonna tell, call the police, rape the ladies.
Hey, Charleston ain't gonna call the police. Nah, he gonna call the police. Hey, you are gonna charge me like the babies.
He gonna rape the ladies and all kind of way out there. That's what he say, bro.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Charleston definitely told Wacky. He talked spicy.
Wack, I ain't never talked to you, bro, but keep this shit going, brother.
All right, yo.
You hearing, right? The young boys say, oh, I ain't never talked to you. But yeah, it's like they be excited to talk to Wack so that Wack can destroy their mind frame. Straight up. They already lost. But Wack, he said, yo, would you rather me talk to you or Charleston White or listen to you or Charleston White? Like, hold up. These are the people that you feel that you should idolize? Hold up. Oh, man. Then you definitely in trouble. You know, how is anybody going to come together when this is the mind state? You got these type of people running around with people. Man, you can't bring them type of people together. Hold up. You got this dude talking about, should I listen to Charleston White or you? Man, hold up. Ain't no unity. Oh, I ain't bringing you around me. I can tell your brain is somewhere else. Like, hold up. What are you talking about, man? You know, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. I just think it's a lot of lost people, man. Straight up. A lot of them. So a lot of lost people, man. You know, just being real. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Yo, if you calling me
with that little podcast in the Bronx, like I ain't gonna lie, he been bringing in. He trying to flick there. He trying to like formulate.
No, but this is the crazy part. Jim was the main saying, "You podcast." Now guess what? You're a podcast.
Yeah,
right though.
Yo,
he right though. Yo, this why academics like, yo, I ain't come over there in y'all lane. You go here in my lane. All you y'all rapping, academics is trying to rap. I was doing what I'm doing. Now you come over here telling me what I can and can't say.
I ain't gonna lie, niggas is saying that academics wouldn't even be talking the same way if he didn't have that type of money that he could play with to hide behind. I ain't gonna lie.
Who hide? Ack ain't hide. I was just about to say, everybody know what Ack ain't hide,
yeah, I ain't gonna say hiding. That's the wrong word.
Listen,
No, hell no. We ain't gonna do that.
Listen to me, bro.
Go ahead.
Everybody know where Ack's house is at. They know where his office is at.
Yeah, that's the wrong word.
No. See, that's
all that bread. He been talking like that with Chicago.
This is why y'all gotta stop looking at these fake rappers as gangsters. When a know where your place of business is at and where you lay your head, ain't no hiding.
Yeah, that's out there. Yeah, that's over.
There's no hiding.
I mean, if you got
no
15 security guards,
that don't mean nothing.
You know what that is?
Listen, right. That's a driver. Listen to me, bro. No, listen, that's a driver and two.
Once we got the drop,
one stick and one extendo clip. That's it. And a muffler.
It don't matter.
Talk to him.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. 90% of security guards are big bodies. When them Michael Jordans get to flipping them, go get somewhere. They gon' go. So all you gotta do, what you do is this. You had a with the, he gonna move the crowd. Then with the extendo and the muffler, he on the target. Precise. Once the crowd splatters, you got one on move the crowd, you on the target. That's all that means. So I don't want to hear all that. Once you know what work and what stay, at that point,
saying that because them bodyguards with them things ain't getting past Big Tim. Niggas ain't getting past the silverback gorilla. Niggas ain't getting past that silverback gorilla. Niggas ain't
running around with no 15 security. That's cap. I'm tired of ass rappers. Y'all did it to 69 on the dead homies that been running around 3 years without no security. No, this real. They say he got security and they use that as an excuse for why they ain't moving. Ack ain't got no 15 security, nothing. Ack got his cameraman, he got his
assistant, he behind the desk. He behind the desk all day.
I've never seen Ack with security. Who don't?
Wack. Why you lying? It's just like, we all know when Trap Lord Ross got walked out of that event, Ack has security right there. When Ack goes to them shows and stuff, he got security. Of course, he would be a fool not to have security. Like, come on, man. He would be a fool to be just going anywhere without security, knowing he doesn't have a background, of definitely getting active. And then even if you do, if it's multiple people trying to get you, come on now. Wack, you got to stop lying. You really got to relax, bro. You do a lot of lying, bro. You really got to relax, man.
And with NBA Youngboy when Birdman dapped him up. When he dapped him up at Birdman at a Youngboy concert. That's the only time we seen Ack outside.
Hey, bro, listen. Ack goes to Miami. He comes to LA, and he's in Jersey and New York. What you mean? That's
just go back to my point. He's just hiding behind that money.
Your man. Hey man, you just so scary. I don't know what type of gangsters you is, if they're in the club and we seen, I told Suge on my phone, I said, Suge, you just disrespected this man on my phone.
Summer, suck my dick, Summer.
Hold on.
Hey, hold on, Texas, hold on, Texas.
When this see you, he gonna down for the disrespect. The man called, he was peaceful, he was humble, he was trying to get you in the bag. You got the disrespect in this neighborhood. Guess what? Suge walked his happy ass in that club, and my man.
He right. He talking shit.
Talking about? Nah.
Wack, who knows, but
You can't compare shit night to no academics. You can't do that.
Hey, what I'm saying is, stop talking like these. They not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do nothing. Bro, listen to me. Let me explain something to you. If this artist is in his 40s and ain't did a day in jail, he ain't gonna do nothing but tell. He ain't gonna do nothing.
He got 40 years of life. Okay, all right.
Let Wack tell you, right? He not gonna do nothing but tell, because that's all he doing. That's all Wack doing is lining jokers up, man. We all see Wack is doing the same thing. The same thing. Stirring shit up with people, on the internet. And when it got sticky, what'd he do? He was loose cannon. Yeah. So, and these dudes, man, they foo fafi, man. Straight up. Straight foo fafi, man. Yeah. Wack got them people fooled, man. Got them fooled. Man. And it's like new young people that come on there and they just want to have the conversation on there with Wack. So it's like he really like misleading them, filling their head up with goofy stuff. It's why they crashing out the way they are. And then he act like, hey, man, I ain't had nothing to do with it. But at the same time, you saying you want to help the youth and you want to tell the youth to not do this, but then you telling the youth to do this. Doesn't make any sense. How you gonna say that you doing this to let the youth know not to follow the rappers, but you guiding the youth to self-destruct? Yeah, it ain't adding up, man. Yeah. The dude said, should I listen to you or Charleston White? Come on, man. You shouldn't listen to either one of them. For real. If that's what's going to teach you, oh yeah, you in trouble. You in trouble. Straight up. Charleston White ain't saying nothing for the youth to understand. He might say some things for some people that are older to understand some things about, different ways to make some money. But he not saying nothing for the youth. No, he's showing you how to crash out. That's what they doing. Showing you how to crash straight out. It's crazy though. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man.